Now, this is what's some amazing statistics here. Forbes magazine is showing that, and this is a March 11th article in 2013, U.S. Department of Labor Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that more than 2 million Americans are voluntarily leaving their jobs every month. And really what they say is it all comes down to poor leadership. I mean, people are literally leaving their jobs because they're like, I'm in a company, there's no leadership, no one has a plan, I'm going to move on. There's 2 million people in a recession where people are having a hard time finding jobs. There's 2 million Americans who are going, I'm out of here. And when they're asked why you're leaving, they say, well, there's no plan here. There's no plan for advancement. I don't see myself getting any farther ahead, so I'm moving on. And it's just, it's unbelievable. Now, point number 6 here. This is, again, these attributes, these 11 attributes that we have to have if we want to become a leader. This one is a big one. The habit of doing more than paid for. Now, confession here, I have learned this process to the point where it's become an unhealthy thing. Because when you do the habit of doing more than paid for, it is amazing what will happen, and it creates this cycle of upward mobility. So if I have a client, let's say here, and I charge the client, $10 to do X, Y, and Z, and then I also throw in the bonus of A, B, C, this guy can't help but tell another client about what's going on because he got all this free stuff.
Right.
And so he tells him, hey, you should use this guy. And it just keeps coming back to me over and over and over, and it just keeps growing. As far as if you're working with an organization who maybe hasn't, like I think recently, I know you were working with a big sales organization.
Yes.
And they're trying to convince these people on a salary to do more than paid for. How do you work with people like that, or how do you try to teach the concept of doing more than paid for?
Yeah. Well, it is very difficult in that salaried world to encourage and inspire people to do more than what they're paid for. Because again, they're in this mindset, what we were talking about a little bit ago, they're in this mindset of, I will come and work for you, I will put in hours if you give me a certain amount of money. But if you're not going to give me a certain amount of money, then I'm going to push back and not do a certain amount of hours.
Why is it so important for a leader then to do more than is paid for?
Exactly, because again, it's an example. If you want to inspire, if you want to lead, the classic thing, you can't lead where you won't go. You can talk about it and you can point, but you can't lead unless you're there. You can't teach what you don't know. So we as leaders, so often, as we want more responsibility, we want to have this influence over people, but then when all of a sudden things begin to happen and are difficult in our life, we get mad, we get frustrated, we start blaming people. But really, Clay, the whole idea there is life is preparing us to lead. You can't lead where you won't go.
I kind of had this epiphany here when you were talking about this, but you're saying
happens often.
You can't lead where you won't go. So you're saying, like, if you're yelling at your guys to get up to the top of this mountain, but you won't go, it's hard to get them to go there.
Oh, totally.
That's amazing. For you, as you've made the jump to self-employment, is there any tricks you do to try to wow event planners or wow customers, or anything you do to try to go over and above what they expect? I mean, is there any kind of rules you have in place?
Oh, definitely. Yes. What is it? The classic, you underpromise and overdeliver. So I'm always, I will bring more to the table. I ask them, hey, are you having any problems with getting your event going? Is there anything I can do to help you? How can I make your job easier? As opposed to, yeah, I'll just come and speak at your event. How can I make your job as an event planner easier? Just did that the other day with a gal.
When I first learned this, I remember I was building the DJ company, and I was trying to think of how can I do this. And Laurie Montague, who is the lady who started the Zany Bands and the Slap Watch, she said, Clay, after every wedding, when the bride and the groom get home to their house, if you'll just send them a gift card that says, thank you for allowing us to provide entertainment for your wedding. And we appreciate the opportunity. And so just one more way to have for us to celebrate your marriage, we'd like to give you 2 free movie passes on us. And every time I would do it, at first I thought, whatever, I'm going to have to spend $20 per bride on this. Well, I would start sending these movie passes out, and brides are telling 3, 4, 5 friends, hey, this DJ company. They did a great job. Then after the wedding, they sent a handwritten note, and a couple weeks later, they sent these movie tickets. And I started discovering these $20 movie tickets. I think they were actually $10 movie tickets. They were turning into $600 referrals.
Wow.
And it's unbelievable. And so today, I always try to think about whatever I promise to do just one step more. And it really does work, though.
Yeah.
Now,
I find myself, I make follow-up phone calls after every event that I go speak to.
so you have, right now, I mean, even though you've had a lot of success, you still are trying to wow the event planners.
Oh yeah, because I have success because I wowed. If you stop wowing, you can see where that equation is going.